Salute, salute. Salute to God, the Most High, the creator of everything, my peace system, my justice system, my vindication, my redemption, my solace, my comfort, my everything. Y'all get it. I tell y'all this all the time. All right. Salute to the ancestors. Salute to the independent viewers whom at this time, well, I forgot somebody. Salute to America and salute to the UK. Now, salute to all the independent viewers whom at this time, I'm so gonna graciously ask you to please hit that subscribe button, that like button, notification bell, whether this be Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. Let's run it up. God is moving. He is in the midst. This is Woken Conscious Talk spiritually. And ladies, I see your numbers. Thank you so much. We are humble. We are humble on behalf of the Uncut Squad, Big Bros Corner, the Gifted Family. We are sincerely humble. Trolls. I always tell y'all, if y'all didn't do what y'all do, then God wouldn't do what he do. So in return, please keep doing what you're doing so God can keep doing what he's doing. And you know how it go around here. Only God and your mama can love you. Last but not least, last but not least, last but not least, hey, big bro.
Yes, sir.
I'm aching a little bit, but I'm going to do my best. The old man got to get low, get low, get low, get low, get low, get low, get low. Oh, lumbar 4 and lumbar 5 is just cussing me out right now.
Mm.
Oh, God help me.
Mm.
Oh, all right. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Lazarus, even with a bad back, I say, rise. Y'all know I'm a whole clown. One time, yeah. I say one time, yeah. I say one time for the Uncut Squad, the Gifted Family, Big Bro's Corner, Big Bro's Backup. We in here. How you doing, Big Bro?
Let me say first, one time, Mr. Uncut. I'm doing good, man. No problems in my life right now. I'm doing good.
Glad to hear that, Big Bro. To God be the glory for that, Anytime you can wake up and have a peaceful day or just have peace and serenity, tranquility, God is in the midst. So that's a good thing, Big Bro. I'm more than happy to hear that, my man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Anything on your mind this evening you want to talk about?
Yeah, I was watching this national news program. I think it was last Friday. They always try to close with some kind of good news story. And they had this story about these kids who were trying to become a secret Santas. They were sponsored by this man who had some money, and the man gave them some money to give out. And they also raised some money during the year to give out during Christmas season. And they just went around to different stores and, found people who needed money. And they gave them money. And it got to those people who they gave money to. You could see that they were crying, and, and even the kids were crying just by an act of kindness. And, I thought to myself, I wish I could stay in that kindness mode, but in this world, when you deal with people who don't want to always be kind back to you, that is a struggle. But I guess in the real life way of doing things, I would want to be a kind person, but I cannot always be kind. I wish I could, but in this world, you got to sometimes be a warrior. Got to fight back and protect yourself. But ideally, spiritually, if we could all be kind to each other, it's be a better world. But we know how the world is. There's always people who want to just be first and take things from you and treat you badly. But that is my Christmas spirit. That if we could be kind all year, that'd be great, man. But I know that's probably just a wish that'll never come true. That's where my mind's at today. I wish we could be that way, but I know it's not won't be reality, sir.
First off, Big Bro, I'm right there with you. And I think you summed it up when you said Christmas time. That would let us know that it's seasonal. This is something that people doing because it's that time of year. But every day, every hour, every minute, every second, every tragedy, every misfortune is that time annually, not just on one day. So let me give it to you like this. You know how we were all raised by, well, I was raised by my mom. And, there was only two boys in the house at the time, two young kings. That was me and my brother. Everyone else was women. So we were raised to open doors for women. Even if women didn't open the door for us, we were raised to open the door for women. So the same women who would watch the door slam in our face are still the same women today that we still open those doors for, because we were raised that way. We were taught that way. We channeled a different energy. What am I getting at? Sometimes you have to kill people with kindness, but don't do it for one day. Don't do it seasonally, because then it's not a random act of kindness. You understand what I'm saying? A random act of kindness is when someone needs it the most. You have people sleeping on the streets right now, and it's cold outside. The temperature is dropping. We've just had rain for what, the past day or two. You know, who's helping these people? Where's that random act of kindness when this happens in January, February, March, April, June, July, so forth? Where is it? And a lot of this, I can't say it's our fault, but it's our fault for not understanding what we really wrestle against. See, we'll look at people and blame people, but it's not the people; it's the spirit, the host of the people. And that's where people like you and I and Sage and more, that's where we're gifted to understand these things and still have the breakthrough we need to have in leading by example. You got the floor, big bro.
Yes, sir. And that is my biggest demon, to try to fight that humanist, that flesh in me that keeps me from being, I guess, kind to people. I want to be tough sometimes to people. I think about things that happen to my people, my culture, those who came before me, and that puts in me a spirit of rebelliousness, and just, don't be kind, and just, treat them badly too. And I got to fight that. But it's hard to put that flesh away in a corner and keep it there when I see things happen to my people that gets me upset, whether it's, racism, or them being treated badly in a store or anything like that. So that is my challenge, to, as you say, use kindness to fight that battle. But that is a tough thing to do when you see hate going on for no reason, because of the color of their skin or whatever, or their class. And you just want to say, well, that's not right. I want to fight back in a mean way. But that's the challenge: how to fight unkindness with tact and kindness. And I'm not quite there yet to learn how to do that yet, sir.
Okay, now here's my opportunity to show God's growth and God's faith in me to understand love, which is his first number one rule, to understand forgiveness, to understand awareness. Okay. Now, what you would label, excuse me, what you label rebellious, I interpret it as just a self awareness. So let's start turning the rebelliousness into a conscious awareness, meaning be consciously aware that everyone's not good for you, no matter what color they are, no matter what race they are, no matter what culture they are. And the reason I'm saying that is because where would we be today, even as a free people, if it wasn't for those of another culture, those of another race who also agreed that slavery was wrong? Who also agreed that oppression was wrong, who also stood in the fight. When Black Lives Matter was going on, I'm not gonna sit here and cap like I didn't see a whole bunch of other race of people out there along with us when it was George Floyd and all this stuff going on. And look where Derek Chauvin is. And God has worked in me to the point to where He's put me at now as my line of occupation. Man, I meet great people, great people. So I always say it's about the content of character, not about the color of one's skin. And Martin Luther King said the same thing. Martin Luther King Jr. I buy into that. Now, culturally speaking, black now, we can say that we are and we have been and we probably will remain our own worst enemy. We scream every day that we're oppressed, but who oppresses us more than us? With the same characteristical traits you were just describing when you spoke. We're like crabs in a pot. We're going to do whatever it takes to pull another person down. We're going to ridicule people. We're going to weaponize things. We're going to destroy one another. You know, I heard Umar Johnson say, the love of money is not the root of all evil. Having no money is the root of all evil. And I thought about it for a minute the way he explained it. And he went on and said he feared more for people. I can't remember the names he used, but let's say Pookie and Ray Ray. You know what I'm saying? Let's say little Tick and little Fathead. You know what I'm saying? From the hood. I worry more about me working my butt off and being able to have something and being financially stable and knowing that there's people like little Fathead and TikTok around here, little Tick, you know what I'm saying, who don't have nothing. And the minute I get home out of my automobile, now I got to worry about them taking from me.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not for the love of money is truly the root of all evil. That sounds good, but when you break it down consciously, having no money is the root of all evil. When you have money, you have power. And the last thing you're going to do is go out there and rob and take from someone and kill from someone out of desperation because you already have that financial foundation. You're economically set. Now let's move this back to the way of the world and the people. We are our own worst enemy. We are. I've met great white people, Spanish people, Latin people, you name it, I've met them because of my line of work now. But let me say this, and then I'm going to give you the floor. Exercise that conscious awareness and exercise it thoroughly every day, dealing with not only the people of the world, but dealing with those directly related to our culture, the melanated individuals. This goes back to the Willie Lynch letter of 1712. I'm not going to get into the historical explanations and this and that of that letter. People can look it up and see why there's such a great divide between us as Black people. You know what I mean? But here it is. It's Christmas time right now, right? What Black corporation, what Black industry, what Black business, what Black church, what Black neighborhood, what Black individual? Don't get me wrong, it may be a few individuals. You know what I'm saying? Don't get it twisted. So I'm not knocking everybody. Hats off to those who are partaking, but they're not the ones that's telling people, hey, sign up for this, sign up for that, and we can get your kids some gifts if you can't afford it. Those companies are owned by who? They're doing what? Thanksgiving time come around, who's showing up in those poor urban communities with turkeys and food and everything on the block, feeding people who look like you and I? It's not us. You got the floor.
Yeah, as far as our worst enemy, I agree. In some neighborhoods, it is us who are tearing down the neighborhoods and tearing down the way the crime is going up in those areas. It is us, and we can only look in the mirror and say, we're to blame. And I think we may have to come to self-policing. I'll put it that way. Our neighborhoods, and don't just call the police, but let people know in our neighborhoods that this kind of behavior is not what we want in our neighborhood. This is our neighborhood. So if you're gonna be doing this kind of stuff, we don't want you in here. And that's tough to hear, but we want to have peace in our neighborhood, that our kids go outside and play with no problem and stuff. That's all we want. Nothing really fancy, just something clean. Want have a store in the neighborhood we can go to buy, simple groceries, and just to walk the streets without being worried about somebody, jacking you or seeing some kind of crime going on. That's all we want, but it may come down to just us being, I guess, vigilantes. Sometimes I think of that, if people don't listen, you know, uh, gonna get tired of that after a while. And older people, especially, are getting tired of that. It's like they want to just have a peaceful life. And if you've been told to behave and you don't behave, you're asking for, some kind of retribution coming to you. I'll put it that way. And I think I think there are some individuals that try to give back, but like you said, there's no big, humongous movement, within our neighborhoods to give back to keep people from being homeless, being on the streets. I guess holidays, Thanksgiving, you hear about that then, but the rest of you, like you said before, everybody can't wait until Thanksgiving to have a meal. There's April, there's May, there's summer. People need food then, so where are we at then? So you gotta have a a year-long way of giving back and trying to help people out. Reach down and help somebody else out who's in need. So I'm all for that. I just think it all starts, I believe, in the home, and you got to have ideally a two-parent family to teach, your children values, and that's always not easy to get that two-person family uh, to teach, your kids what they should be doing in this culture. So it's a tough road. You got the schools also out there teaching nonsense in the schools these days about, all kind of things going on. So I really feel for those young parents who are trying to raise their kids today into being, just decent human beings, whether spiritually or, just human beings, period. This is how my heart is speaking right now to me about that, that it's tough. It's day to day, there is no solution, but you got to work day to day, keep yourself straight. And I kind of wonder for you personally, how do you ground yourself in the morning time to get yourself on the right foot? For me, I kind of like got to get spiritually, in a room by myself and pray and read some in the Bible to get my mind set before I even step out to meet somebody else. Otherwise, I'll be right into the world and I'm going to get caught up in the world's nonsense and I'll be lost for the entire day.
All right, I think I got it unmuted now. How I deal with it when I wake up in the morning. I try to go to bed empowered. So it's what I say, rest in power. So I can wake up empowered. So I wake up with joy. I wake up with the sun in my heart. I wake up very optimistic. I wake up knowing that my worst is behind me and my best is yet to come. But it's up to me to do my best to get my best. So I pray, I meditate. And don't get me wrong, I have some days to where I forget to pray until maybe I'm on the way to work or before I get ready to do a video. Or I'm not perfect. I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm perfect. I'm formulating a routine. But I've noticed in me, I like to wake up goofy. I like to wake up joyous in a good mood. That's why I don't mind being goofy on camera. I do goofy little freestyles. I might tell goofy little jokes. I'll let people see me at my best and at my worst. Why? Because I'm human, but I'm also chosen. No one is this way 24/7. It takes practice, it takes guidance, it takes obedience, it takes the want, it takes the will. It's about the hunger in you to be the best version of you that you can be before you are called home. And that's something I embrace. So therefore, I embrace the good with the bad and I find a balance. So I try to stay balanced every day in my beliefs. Um, what you were saying earlier about the children, I'm gonna go back and play and advocate for the children and say that it's about the adults. It's about the adults raising the children. Because if you have disrespectful children in the world in 2023, 9 times out of 10, those children have disrespectful parents. If you have unclean children in the world in 2023, 9 times out of 10, those children come from unclean homes. If you have uneducated parents and children in the world, if you have uneducated children in 2023, they come from a home of uneducated parents who didn't do so well either. They're only a reflection of what the parents are. They're only a reflection of the seed that sowed them. And that's something that we have to pay attention to. It's this thing called accountability that people run from. I have no problem being accountable. You know why? Because I understand that I'm perfectly imperfect. I'm going to make mistakes. I'm not going to get everything right. I'm going to be angry. I'm going to be sad. I'm going to be depressed. I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be joyous. I'm going to be goofy. I'm going to be blessed. I'm going to be punished. I understand. Like I said, I take the good and the bad and I find a balance. So the balance is my goofiness. My balance is the fact of knowing that above it all, just a few months ago, I was sleeping in my truck forever in very hot temperatures and nobody cared. Nobody reached out to me. Not too many people. but God held me. He always had a plan. He made things happen every day when I didn't know how I was gonna move around, how I was gonna eat, where I was gonna sleep, how my clothes were gonna get washed, how I was gonna find a job, how I was gonna survive. I know that God was there. So every day I wake up knowing that I am made in the image and the likeness of God. So I have to do the very best I can to emulate God's love, to emulate God's divineness, to emulate God's peace, to emulate God's understanding. You got the floor, big bro.
First, to go back to your routine, I guess, to start your day, I thought about our our man Kobe Bryant. He always practiced, many hours to get into a certain mode. And I thought, can I practice being a better person? Do I have to have a routine to follow? Maybe I do need a routine in the morning time to follow, but I just can't stop in the morning time. I got to somehow keep that routine practice going, whether it's where I make myself just stop what I'm doing and get back into that spiritual mode. Maybe that's a key to what we're doing. But in this world, there's so many distractions out there, man. Things coming at you left and right, that you got to respond to. And Kobe, he made time to practice getting better. So maybe I got to find a way, we as human beings got to find a way to practice, or focus on doing things that keep us in that spiritual mode. But man, that is tough. And you got to react to people coming at you and all of that. But I may try that as a thing to be, I guess, conscious about, that I got to get myself grounded, not just in the morning time, but maybe afternoon, maybe in the evening. Like you said, you go to bed, in a certain powerful mode and wake up in a, different mode also. So maybe that's a key. And secondly, as far as the children, I realized when I was 40 years old, Mr. Uncut, that I had certain traits of my father. It took me that long to figure out, hey, I'm just like my father, how I do things and stuff. Some things were kind of bad I was doing, some were good. The good thing was that I was always staying busy. So my father was. He never could stay still in one spot. He was always doing something around the house or outside. That's how I am too, but that's a good trait. But other behaviors, I kind of realized, hey, I got that trait that's bad from him. But it's on me to break that cycle from, continuing that on, and not to give that cycle to my two boys also, And I realized that my two boys picked up some of my bad habits. I realized a few years ago, and that's based on what I was doing. They saw me and they modeled me as a behaviorist. So I got to be accountable to each other. But there's a cycle that we pick up, I think, from our parents we already know about, man. We just do things because we watch them and say, oh, that's how you do stuff. So, but it's not all just our fault. It's just we got to break that cycle when we see something that's bad in us and then say no more of that.
Okay, you touched on something very important, and that's coming up with the routine so that you can be positive or see things influentially, see things more influential, even when it's not such a great time in life. Watch this. I'm gonna tell you what God has taught me. Right now, you just heard me say when I was speaking that I was sleeping in my truck for how many months? I had groceries in the back seat of my truck, along with clothes, TVs. It's recorded. It's on my YouTube page. I was not ashamed of my humility, but let me show you how God works. Now, being homeless, losing a wife, not seeing your babies, okay? Spending every holiday alone, spending your birthday alone, spending what would have been your 10th year anniversary alone. Oh, that sounds real depressing, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Let's be honest. Doesn't that sound depressing? That sounds like a reason to be sad, doesn't it? But let me tell you the joy that God has put in me. See, if I look at it that way, I will be sad. I will be depressed, and I'll never grow and I'll never move on. So let me tell you the way that Mr. Uncut looks at this situation. What's more important? What's more gratifying? What's more electric? What's more levitating? What's more colossal? What's more divine? What's more magic than knowing everything I just named, and I wake up with a roof over my head that's mine, and I have peace, and I've been delivered. See, none of that matters. I had to go through that to get to where I am. This is my peace. You see what I'm saying? What sounds more gratifying? Worrying about all the negative things that has taken place, or focusing on how God has moved in the abundance of his grace, his glory, his mercy, his love to deliver you out of a situation and put you in your own, my own. I'm the king here in home, my past, my hard work, you know, my suffrage, my dedication, my faith, my belief, my humility, my humbleness. So, no, I do the opposite of what the news does. I look at everything from a good standpoint. I remain optimistic. I can be sad and be like, man, my baby's probably talking by now. Oh, I missed them. They probably think daddy don't love them. But I know the power of the God I believe in. I'm connected to those babies spiritually. So I'm not going to worry about the things I can't change. I'm going to have the courage to change the things that I can and wisdom to know the difference. So I have the wisdom now to know the difference between accepting something negative and letting that condemn me, or looking at the positive in the situation and letting that influence me spiritually, letting that enhance my growth as a person who walks around spiritually. You got the floor.
Yes, sir. And that's what I learned too, to try to stay positive about things. I look at my life and, I always have food to eat every day. I've got a roof over my head. I've got housing, and my health is pretty good. So those three things to me are like, for me, joyful that, I can have those things in my life. So I always try to stay positive about what's first in my life, and don't let the negative things that go on, whether it's human interactions, relationships, etc., bring me down. So you're right about that. Don't get yourself depressed if one or two things in your life isn't perfect. Look at the positive things, and those can be simple things. Food, housing. I don't have fancy meals every day. I have a smoothie for breakfast, but man, that's, to me, is delicious, man. That vegetable smoothie. Hey, I'm glad I have that every morning, man. So I don't eat like steaks and stuff, all the human stuff that people say is great out there. I just have simple meals, but I got food. I'm not homeless. I'm not starving with food. So that is the joy of life. Like you said, look at those things first, and be thankful for those. And man, like I tell you a long time ago, man, I am blessed. That's why I don't feel like I will ever get very depressed about life. It's like, why? I've had a blessed life, and I realized that compared to other people out there, my life is great. So I just try to stay humble. Thank God for what I have. What I don't have, that's okay. I don't need to be a Oprah Winfrey and have millions of dollars and all that, and the 18 different cars and stuff. Hey, I'm fine with that, sir. So I'm trying to stay humble, trying to stay positive, trying to give back to my brothers and sisters out there who need help from me if I can help them out somehow. So that's where my mind is at, is trying to stay positive, and just give back whenever I can.
One of the main things we forget about is that the Bible says, "For it would be harder for a rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven than to what something get a camel through the eye of a needle or something like that." Okay, like I say, I may not get it all the way right, but I'm not gonna get it all the way wrong. You know, we focus on materialistic wealth, and we don't realize that there is homeless people who have nothing, whose whole life is in this buggy that they're pushing, or this suitcase that they're hauling, or this backpack that they're wearing. Okay, and they are more joyful, more grateful, and more thankful than people who really has it all. Understand what I'm saying to you. All they have left is spirit. All they have left is integrity. All they have left is joy. The joy comes from being free. Okay. The joy comes from being free. Now, the spirit that dwells within them comes from them being humble and being humiliated. You don't think these homeless people are humiliated? Huh? Ask someone who lives in and out of their vehicle daily how much they worry about making sure that vehicle don't break down. See, it's not having a roof over your head and you get up in the morning to go to work and your car won't start and you just can't get to work on time. See, as someone who lives in their vehicle, this is your home. Now, if it breaks down where you just spent the night at, you run the risk of it being towed. You run the risk of being profiled. You run the risk of when am I going to move it? Where am I going to get the money? How? I don't even have an address. You know what I'm saying? There's more worry. There's more worry. So we don't take time to see that as long as you're rich in spirit, as long as you're rich in joy, as long as you're rich in peace, as long as you're rich in happiness, as long as you're rich in triumph, what more could you want? The Lord is the great provider. If He provided you with these things I just named, you're doing a lot better than a third of the world. You got the floor, big bro.
I recall there was a time in my life when I rented happiness, man. I was taught that to be happy, you have to travel around and you have to do stuff and go places. And I recall there was this term about Vegas, something about what what goes on there stays there or something like that. And I got curious about, what is this Vegas about then? So I got a trip there finally, and it was like, a modern Sodom and Gomorrah, pretty much what it was. So I thought to myself, you know, it's ain't all worth it to come to Vegas to experience this kind of environment. So you got to be careful about, what's taught by the culture as being enjoyable. I've learned that, and just doing stuff, and whether it's spending money to go to concerts or fancy places, it's not all about that. It's about just enjoying life. As you know about me and the beaches, man, that's a free thing I do here in Florida because I enjoy doing it. It costs me nothing. I can walk along the beach, look at the wildlife out there in the water, and that to me is just it's a free contentment and happiness. So I've learned to push back about the world saying you got to buy this, you got to go see Beyonce concert to be happy, you got to do this or that. It's not about that. It's about just finding, like you said, your own happiness, something very simple that's God's given you to enjoy. That's where it's at, not what the culture says, buy this, go to this concert, go here, do this, do that. It's not where it's at spiritually for me anymore. It's about just finding my peace. Whatever God wants me to have, I'll accept that. Whatever I cannot have, I'll accept that too. Keep on trucking, sir.
And see, to me, that's what it's about. It's about knowing that God is separating you for something, empowering you, and getting you ready for the next phase of life because you don't know how He's going to use you. You don't know just how powerful of a piece you may be on God's battlefield. You don't know the example you're going to have to lead by. You don't know the things in your life that you're going to have to let go and clean up, and even to be qualified to join God's army, to fight His battle the way He needs you. So I think about that every day. Don't get me wrong. Again, I would say I'm perfectly imperfect. I am of the flesh. I am of the flesh. So I'm not going to get it right all the time. We all have been hypocrites, but we can't be hypocrites 365, 24/7. You understand what I'm saying? We're gonna fall down. We're gonna fall down. The important thing is to get back up. But when you fall down, take it as getting some sense knocked into your head and get up with a better game plan, a better thought, a better vision, better preparation. I remember working at Waste Management, and shout out to the driver, Sam Brown. You know, Sam told me about the 6 P's. Proper planning prevents piss poor performance. Proper planning prevents piss poor performance. The 6 P's. And I've never let go of that because now my proper planning starts and ends with the Most High. See, I've tried things my way. You understand what I'm saying? I've tried things my way. I've put myself around people that I shouldn't have been around. I've put myself in situations that I shouldn't have been a part of. I've even entertained thoughts. I've entertained ideologies. I've entertained things in the flesh that I just should have knew better than. So now that I can soulfully and hopefully and willfully admit that, again, that shows my growth. That shows my growth. And I know that God is preparing me for the next phase. Have you noticed that all the numbers are increasing on the platforms? Now, you know how long I've been doing this, but I haven't always been doing God's work. Now that I'm doing God's work and I'm a part of his ministry, and I'm a part of the influential world, I'm a part of the inspirational world, I'm a part of the spiritual world, I'm a part of someone who has been humble, who has been knocked off of that high horse. I understand now. Look how God is moving. You got the floor, big bro.
And again, I think a big challenge for me is how to have that, I call it Mamba mentality, as Kobe had, to be spiritual in all parts of my life, whether it's just, relationships, friendships, interaction with other people, talking to folks I meet on the street. How can I stay in that spiritual mode? And that is, to me, the biggest challenge. When I see somebody, sometimes I kind of get, wonder what they're going to talk about to me about. If they don't say the correct thing that I think they should say, I would just kind of get to my, let me try to give an example. I have some neighbors around this area who like to joke about stuff a lot. And to me, I kind of wonder, instead of coming at me with a joke, just say hello and how you doing. You ain't got to joke about stuff to get relaxed, with me. I'm just a normal human being. So just say hello. Don't joke about me washing my car, or something else. It's like I don't understand that approach. It's like just say hello. You have to be, I guess, in a joyful demeanor to talk to me. I'm not, a mean person going to jump back at you and snap at you. Just talk to me. But that's one of my, I guess, issues in trying to remain spiritual and kind to people. Let them understand that I'm a normal human being, but certain things, if they approach me, kind of irritate me. I'll put it that way. And that's one thing I got to learn how to control, to apply my spirituality to all parts of my life. And I'm definitely not there yet, sir.
Now let's analyze this. Let's perform our own little psychoanalysis right now based on the information you just provided us. Okay. Now watch this, big bro. Let me tell you how God simplifies these things for me now. See, I see it from a different standard. Now, I agree with you about, hey, there's a better way to approach me. But that's how we feel in the flesh. Watch this. You're married, correct? When you, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. When you first approach your wife, before there was anything, before you could knew it could be anything. And big bro, I know you. You have one hell of a sense of humor because you make me and Sage and Moore laugh all the time through the group chat. So tell me that you didn't break the ice and entertain your wife through laughter.
When I first met her, I was kind of a tougher type person than I am now. So I kind of learned to have more humor interaction with people. So I've kind of mellowed out. I
Okay,
was a
well,
mess. Yeah, yeah.
will you willfully agree that in today's society, one of the very ways to get a woman is to make her laugh?
Yeah, I believe that definitely. Yeah. Humor. Yeah.
Now let's go back to your neighbors that aggravate you. The best way to break the ice with someone who doesn't know you, who doesn't look like you, one thing you may share in common is a sense of humor, the ability to laugh at a joke. You know, it's breaking the ice, it's breaking the chains. That's how I look at it. I mean, it depends on what type of joke is being said. Obviously, you're not going to walk up to me with an N word joke. It's going to be a different reaction.
Yeah.
I might come out of character for a minute. But if it's just you joking something political, like when I'm at work, I'm the subject of many, you know, ghetto jokes, poverty jokes, gentrification jokes, even racial jokes. I'm a
Mm.
part of all that. Political jokes. Soon as they say Democrats, they look right over at me. Excuse me, I'm not a Democrat. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a Democrat, bro. I'm not. Truthfully, I like Trump too. And then you should see their faces when I start engaging in conversations about everything that Trump has done versus what Obama did versus what Sleepy Joe has done. And then I start giving them a rundown of everything politically, and they realize that, hey, even though this person does not look like me, he's very damn
Hmm.
intelligent.
Yeah.
He's very damn gifted. Hey, this is someone that I can thrive with and have a conversation with, and I'm sorry for approaching you the wrong way. And now I'm a buddy buddy with lots of those people, you know.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's about showing them that their profile isn't accurate. The way you think, the way you assume your alleges is not accurate about everyone. And it's the same way with us thinking outside the box, dealing with other cultures or people. You know what I'm saying? It's not everyone, it's not everybody. But if we take time to actually explore the intelligence of people, to pick their minds, rather than judging them by color, rather than judging them by what they're wearing. You know, I've held conversations with people who have Confederate flags on the front of their truck. And by the end of the conversation, now I've gotten them to see why most people who look like you and I don't agree with the Confederate War, but I still respect those that you lost, and they still respect those that I lost. And now we're engaging in a conversation, which means that you can't be racist like your ancestors because you're talking to me. And I'm not in bondage and opposed like my ancestors. I'm not getting whooped with a cat of nine tails for looking you in the eye, you know, and talking to you instead of looking down because we're doing this and times have changed.
Mhm.
We've grown. So again, it's also great to reflect and grow, reflect and grow. We're going to go through things. We're going to have experiences. We're going to be depressed. We're going to come out of character. That just proves that we are perfectly imperfect. But one thing that we have to do is realize that life goes on. And the only way for life to keep revolving is for you to keep moving. It's what I call Kim. Keep it moving. You can fall down, but pick yourself up and get at it. You got the floor.
Yes, sir. And I know as far as the car wash jokes, which kind of I guess irritate me, of course. I kind of wonder, like you were saying, why are they tense about talking to me? They feel a need to break the ice. Maybe that's just my thought process. That I got going on. It's part of me I got to deal with. Why do I think that way? But I just want to just say hello to me. Like I'm a normal human being. Don't feel tense like I'm an angry black man out there washing my car. I'm gonna, you know, jump on you or something. I'm not like that. I'm just out here washing my car.
Just real quick, big bro, and I get it. I get it. I get it. And we know we love our automobiles to shine. Okay. Certain people love for theirs to be muddied up, dirty, whatever. It's a cultural thing. You know, some people like candy paint, they want it to shine. Some like the primer, some people like, you know what I'm saying, the metallic. We are all different. But that's what's unique about God's thought and God's process and the way that God's work. Our uniqueness can bring us together. Now, here's what I was going to tell you. You want them to simply say hello to you when they see you when you're out washing your car? Hold that much needed conversation with them. And then they will greet you as a human being from that moment on. You will get that hello because now they already know that you're intelligent. They know that what you stand for. They've held a conversation with you. They've listened and heard the words that came out of your mouth. There's no way to get it twisted from that point on.
I would try that approach and try to hold my tongue when I hear a car wash joke when I'm out there, sir, and see what happens. I'll just try to respond with, "Hello, how are you doing?" Blah blah blah, and see how it goes. But that's my pet peeve, sir. I do not like to hear car wash jokes from other cultures when I'm out there washing my car. I'll put it that way. Then they'll say to me, "You gonna come wash my car next?" That turns me off right there, man. I'm saying like, I'm not your blank, wash your car next. That's not funny to me. So that's part of it, man. Go ahead.
Wait a minute. Wait 1 minute. Wait, wait, let me check my Palm Pilot. See what time it is. Oh, you know what time it is? It's one time. Oh, I got to get it. One time, I got to let go now. See, I told you it depended on the type of joke. I told you that. Now, I can't be outside washing my car and you approach me and say, hey, you going to wash my next unless it's followed by I'll pay you such and such because I do detail cars. But you ain't going to break the ice with me and get the best version of me watching me wash my car, knowing that, the background of this country. And then you're going to approach me and say, hey, you going to wash my next? Listen, slavery ended in 1865. That's your car, you wash it. You know what I mean? The same way I'm out here washing mine, you wash yours. Now, if we talking dollars, we talking a surplus, then sure, let's talk. But you can't come to me in that manner and expect to get the best version of me. So I agree with you there.
Yeah. So that's the main thing right there. When they say you're gonna come wash my car next, that really irritates me big time. But I'm trying to move on from that and just. I told one man, I just told him like no. I just told him in very tense words, no, I'm not. And he kept on going down the block then. So I guess he got the message that that ain't funny, that man. So I can't be rough out there, when they give those jokes to me. But I'm trying to get better, But it's tough, man.
With those type of jokes, there is no better. Like you got to listen. At some point, you got to set the standard. You got to set the bar. You got to walk in integrity. You got to walk in power. You know, sometimes you got to take the fight to the ones who want to fight. See if they got that type of fight in them. And I try to fight people spiritually and intelligently first, intellectually, before I get to physical, because physical is going to create problems that you don't want, problems that I don't want, and neither one of us needs. But in the area you stay in, and with you definitely being the minority and minority, you know, yeah, you've got to be the Frederick Douglass of your sanctuary. You've got to be the MLK Jr. You've got to be the Malcolm X. You've got to be almost even the Louis Farrakhan or Umar Johnson. You've got to know what version of you to give them on either day, depending on what joke they decide to crack.
Yeah,
Because asking me, "Are you gonna wash my car next?" is no different from asking me, "Am I gonna go out there and pick your cotton?"
yeah,
Let's be honest.
yeah,
And it's not all people, but all people, like the people I have met, like the people that's helping me grow my platform, like the people that come in, to my workplace saying get low, and one time and salute, like my boy Rocco, like my boy Juan, like my boy Shane. You're not gonna get that from those type of people. You get nothing but genuine love from those type of people. You know why? They aren't raised that way. They aren't built that way. They don't see things that way. They see humans as humans. They look at intellect. They look at intellect. And those are the type of people I've grown to love and surround myself around.
yeah. And that was one reason I thought when I was moved down here to Florida, why am I coming down here? Maybe it's to teach me to communicate better with a different culture than I have in the past. Because as you can tell, I sometimes have a defensive type of attitude towards different cultures if I feel like I'm not being treated properly. So people around here have tried to be nice, but what they do, I don't do. Like for example, they asked me to play pickleball with them, and I told them, I'm not a pickleball person, or do I play golf? I don't do golf, So that's just who Arnell Hill is. I'm not a pickleball playing Negro, or I'm not a Tiger Woods Negro, so I can't relate to that kind of lifestyle, man. So I'm just being me. I don't want to learn pickleball. I want to learn how to play golf because I don't get the joy out of it. I don't see what's so good about hitting the ball for 2 hours, and I just don't get it. Maybe it's something wrong with my mind, Mr. Uncut. Maybe it's just me, man, but I just don't feel it. I'm just talking, brother to brother here. I'm being honest, man. Pickleball, come on now. I'm talking about pickleball.
Oh my God. Hey, for the first time, I got no comment. I got nothing to say.
Pickleball. Me.
What's pickleball? How you
Something
play?
like something like playing tennis with
How
a.
you play pickleball? They want you to be Tiger Woods and VJC.
I guess that's a good Negro. I guess you play pickleball, you play
Oh
golf.
my God.
So that's stuff like that.
Oh,
I'm not into. It's
oh,
not. It's not me.
no. Oh, you got me crying. Hey, let me say this though. there are a lot of black celebrities who do play golf. Michael
Yeah,
Jordan, Charles Barkley.
yeah,
There are a lot.
I know.
So
I can't do it though, man. It's not.
maybe
That's not our narrow.
they, they, they invited you to golf and pickleball.
When you see that, I'm gonna call you up and say, "Hey, Q, let's go play pickleball, man. You ready to go pickleball? Get your racket, man. Let's go out."
Oh man. Wait, you play pickleball with a racket?
Something like a
These are things
yeah,
I didn't know.
yeah. It's like almost a tennis court type thing, but they have a kind of a strange ball and a racket that you just hit it back and forth.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
And that's the big
Pickleball.
thing these days. That's the culture out there. It's going wild. They got professional leagues now playing pickleball. You
They
know,
using dill pickles, what they using? Sweet pickles.
I'm not sure why it's called pickleball. It doesn't make any
Is that
sense
how
to
they
me.
make relish?
Pickleball.
When the pickle meet the racket, is that how they get relish?
Yeah, if anybody's watching this, why do they call it pickleball? I just thought about that. I don't get that either.
Yo,
Pickleball.
don't get me wrong now. I played how you said croquet, however you say
Yeah,
croquet.
yeah.
I'll play me some of that. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
All right.
Oh, I get down to some of that.
Okay.
Hell, and lacrosse look fun to play.
All right.
Don't get
I
it
ain't mad
twisted.
at
I
you.
like NASCAR, fast cars. I'm cool with that. I'm
Okay.
cool with that. But what I'm not cool with is you inviting me to pickleball and golf. Name one black person you see out on the golf course with locks. I'll never be accepted.
I'm just saying, they
Oh
meant well, but
Oh my god. They gonna have you out there like your boy off a Caddyshack with Chevy
ooh,
Chase.
ooh, ooh, yeah, really. Ooh.
Oh my god. Hey, like I said, you have that sense of humor. Look, I haven't stopped laughing yet. You got me over here crying. I told you. Maybe they were trying to break the ice, but they tried in a very, very
Yeah.
bad fashion.
Yeah, that was
It
the
was
wrong thing to ask me. They don't know.
oh my god, man. You got me over here crying.
It's real
Oh,
life
that's
stuff,
I've never heard of pickleball till now.
Yeah, it's a big deal for the past, I think, 4 years, man. It's blowing up in this country. I don't know why, but
I'm even cool with the little frisbee game, the little parts that's got the little baskets and stuff, and you
yeah,
throw your frisbees. Like I don't really know how to play it, but I'm okay, working out and going out here so much stronger. I done got to throw a frisbee. I'm all right with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm all right with walks on the beach. I'm
yeah,
all right with boating. I'm all right with fishing. I'm
yeah.
all right with football, basketball, all of that stuff. But pickleball, I don't even eat pickles. You can't even put pickles on my sandwich. No, thank you. No, thank you. Please hold the pickles and the balls.
That's a real story, you know. But I was not. I said no, thank you, and just walked away. I said I don't do pickleball. So
Oh,
you know,
listen, they don't ruined it. Now they can't even show up on Christmas Day with a pie. You ain't gonna trust the pie because they invited you to pickleball.
so I'm on a diet. Thank you very much.
Oh my god. Hey, I have nothing to say. You got it. You
Well,
got it.
it's real
You
life stories, man.
oh my god.
Real life. This stuff happens to me.
Pickleball.
That's breaking
Wow.
ice, I guess. That was a nice intent, but it didn't work for me. So,
Wow. That's a sport.
yeah,
Pickleball.
yes. Supposedly it's a sport. Yeah, they got leagues and stuff going on. It's amazing, man. It's just this culture. It's what they
They have
do.
leagues,
Yeah, they create
like
stuff.
bowling leagues.
Yeah,
They got. I got to look this up. Is it
yeah,
spelled like pickle?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
is
It
it
is.
is it spelled like pickle?
I think it is. Yeah. I don't know why. I just thought about that. Why is it called pickleball? I don't understand that. Now that you mentioned that. Does it even involve a pickle? So I don't.
Pickleball.
Yeah, yeah. And these cultures and these communities out here, man, it's like that. They do all kind of different stuff. They make up stuff, for
So
entertainment.
you gotta eat a pickle before you play. You gotta keep a pickle in your pocket. I
I,
mean.
Now, I don't know why it's called pickleball.
Qualifications pickleball. Do they pickle the
Somebody made
racket?
that. Say what?
Do they pickle the rackets too? I need to know.
I don't. I just walk right by them, man. They'd be up there every morning playing and stuff, early in the morning time too. I said, "Wow, these people are addicted to this game." So
Pickleball.
all power to them, but I just can't get into it, man.
And y'all can't invite me to coffee. Y'all gonna invite me to pickleball?
Pickleball, yeah.
Invite
And
me
I
to a
saw
coffee.
I saw some of them walking up to breakfast to have coffee, but I didn't get that invite. Wonder why was
Pickle
that?
coffee.
Huh?
You didn't want it. It was you didn't want it. It was pickled coffee. You wouldn't have wanted it. It was pickled coffee. You
Yeah,
wouldn't have liked
I
it.
wasn't mad. I wasn't upset.
See, look at things from an optimistic standpoint. See, you're growing already, big bro. You're growing already.
I'm trying. I'm trying.
Hey, the coffee was pickled anyways. You wanted it. But no, all jokes aside, listen. I got to find out what pickleball is because I never even knew. Like I told you, I know lots of stuff, but what I don't know, I don't know. And I didn't know a sport like pickleball existed.
Yeah.
It's a sport.
Yep. Google that. Search for that pickleball. See what pops up. You'll be amazed, man. It's incredible. Still there?
I'm just, I'm, I'm just surprised.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. I had to go on my city trends dummy moment. Just
Yeah, it's amazing, man. They get folks getting hurt playing pickleball and stuff, injuries and stuff, but they keep on doing it.
see now this was serious at first. Now you got to explain something else. How do you get hurt playing pickleball? Huh?
You got to run around the
Explain the
court to
answer.
hit the ball back. Got to hit the ball back before it hits the ground and stuff.
Like tennis, racquetball.
Something like that. Yeah, something like tennis, but it's at a slower pace. You know,
So
and
how you
different kind of
get hurt? You
balls
got a
too.
slower pace.
They be stretching and stuff for the ball and diving and stuff. Getting carried away, man, trying to really win. They be serious about hurting themselves for a game.
What is the court made of?
To me, it's like a tennis court, same kind of material, whatever that is.
They diving.
Yeah, they stretching for the ball and trying to hit the ball back and falling down and stuff. But it's just a game to me, so
um,
they twist
I,
their knees and stuff.
can I ask a question? Now we do a lot of things that don't make no sense, and what I mean by we is culturally. Do you see us out there diving on that tennis court playing pickleball?
I wouldn't do it.
Or do you see any of us doing it?
I haven't so far.
I mean, we play soccer, also known as football. We play football, that can also be known as soccer. We play baseball. Hell, last time I checked, they had like a black goalie in the NHL. I don't know
Okay,
how received he is,
okay,
but we've got black NASCAR drivers.
yeah,
We've got black golfers. We've got black everything. But I'm not sure we have black pickleballers. I'm just not sure that we're going to be out there diving on a tennis court for something that's shaped like a pickle. I just don't see men in our full masculinity. Just taking. No. I cannot take part in something like that. Nope. I'm not out here to chase no pickles. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. They got a whole letter crew for that. They got a
yeah,
whole crew for that. I'm gonna leave that right there.
yes, sir.
Pickleball is not for me. And I don't know what it is. It just don't even sound attractive. Hold on, wait. Y'all know I got to do it. That don't even sound attractive. I'm just saying that don't even sound attractive. In no way, shape, and or form does that sound attractive to me. I am not gonna be out here chasing anybody's pickles. I'm just saying.
Uh,
That's all I got, big bro. You
well,
lost me on pickleball.
later on, do a search of that pickleball. You see what pops up. You'll be amazed, man, how many people are involved in that sport, so-called sport. I'll put it that way.
It's a sport.
Well, they claim it's a sport. To
I'm
me,
learning
it's
even
the
more just talking to you.
they
Big
claim
bro,
it's a
you
sport.
might want to play some pickleball. It sounds like you understand it. I'm still trying to learn.
Yeah,
Do you have
I've
all?
seen it. I've seen them
Is there
playing
all?
out there. I just, you know.
Do you have offsides and like? Do you have offsides and like roughing the passer and stuff like that in pickleball?
I think it's like tennis. You got to get up to 21, I guess, to win or something like that, you know, or table tennis or ping pong. To me, it's the same kind of concept, you know.
I can get down with some ping pong.
Me too.
I'm
Ping
already
pong,
a
I
table
understand.
tennis.
Yeah.
Pickleball. Listen, how did we get here? How pickleball injuries, diving on a tennis court? Is there a pass interference call?
I got an idea. Let's you and me learn pickleball, hit the pro circuit, and make some money. How's that? Can you see you and me on the pro circuit playing pickleball?
I'd rather learn my guitar. Hey, Jimi Hendrix and Prince and all them boys made money. I'd rather learn my guitar. I don't know not one black man that made it successfully playing pickleball. I didn't even know pickleball existed. Like, honestly, I did not know it existed. So
Yes,
I'll
sir.
take the chances with my guitar and learning
All
how to
right.
play something, then pickleball.
Okay.
Pickleball. Just let it roll off your tongue. Pickleball. Where you find that at? You find that next to the pickled chips and stuff in the convenience store? Where you find the balls from? They got to be in the pickle section of the convenience store somewhere, supermarket somewhere. They got pickle everything. Pickle everything. You lost me with that one, hands down. You got it.
All
You got
right.
it.
Okay, sir.
All right. I guess I'll take us on out of here, cause listen, my mind is all pickled now.
There you go.
so so this has been Big Bro Arnell, Big Bro's Corner, Big Bro's Backup. This has been Mr. Uncut Consciousness with the Uncut Squad. This has been Sage or more gifted, who's with us in spirit. Get y'all one-on-one. Get y'all one-on-one. Get y'all one-on-one with y'all higher powers. Know that no matter what you're going through, spiritually, you're protected. Don't look at the bad, look at the good. Don't focus on the loss, focus on the gain. And keep it moving. All right. Y'all stay prayed up, stay blessed up, stay meditated up, stay protected up, stay real, stay woke, stay uncut, be inspired, be great, be you, and be sure that pickleball is for you before you go out there playing with pickleballs. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Until then, Ashe, salute, big bro. Salute, Sage Amore.
Peace.